Good morning, everybody. Uber Lady Charlotte here. And I see that a lot of people actually like the story of me going to jail. I'm going to tell y'all right now, it took me a minute to get over that because I used to cry. I cried for 2 weeks after, and I threw up for 2 weeks after because of the stress. I really don't understand why people just want to go to jail like it ain't nothing. Oh, I get in bed and eat that time. Ain't nothing to go to jail. My name, for those of y'all that saw Roots, and Toby was talking about my name is Kunta. Them 3 days, my name was Toby. I did not want to fight the man anymore. My name is Toby. Jail is not for me. But anyway, so I see that a lot of people are interested in that story. So what I'll do is, let's see, where did I stop at? Oh, I stopped at the inspection when we had to be checked for stuff. All right, so I'm gonna back it up a little bit. When you go into intake, what I remember, this was several years ago, when I went into intake, they put you in front of the magistrate, and the magistrate can show up either on a TV screen or in a little window, like a drive-through. And she or he, they read your case, they look at your case, something like that, and then they decide. I mean, they don't decide nothing. They just look at your case. Yeah, they do. They decide how much time you're gonna get. So they look at your case and they tell you what's going to happen. But let me tell you something else about them. You think you're going to get a chance to tell your story, because I thought I was going to get a chance to tell my story. Like, Your Honor, ma'am, this isn't true. And somebody wanted to know what I'm sorry, the sun in my face. Somebody wanted to know what I got arrested for. I've been to jail twice, actually. One time I was arrested for fishing without a license. And I didn't know that the game warden was the game warden. I thought it was like a park police or park ranger or something. It just, make sure the ducks get fed. I didn't know they take that job real serious. So I didn't go to court. And every time they sent me, what do you call it? Something, a court summons, I didn't go. I'm like, I'm going down there to court, missing a day of work, messing with them, the park ranger. Respect him. What is it? Wilderness something or wildlife officer. Respect him. Okay. So anyway, but this time I went to jail because they said I owed back child support. Now, one time my middle daughter didn't live with me. She lived with her dad, and he took me to child support. I was already living on Section 8 and receiving food stamps and child support myself. So he took me to child support, which I'm not mad about that. I paid it. But that's the thing, I paid it. $300 a month. So when a dude tell me she taking me to child support and I can't pay it, I'm paying this and that, you can't even talk to me. My kids will tell you want to piss me off? Talk about you can't pay your child support, and I was on housing authority and public assistance and still had to pay $300 a month. Don't do that. Don't do that. So anyways, y'all took me back. My head, I got dizzy just then. I think my blood pressure shot up. Okay, evidently it's still a sensitive subject for me. Okay, so anyway. All right, so when we go down to intake, we go through there. They take my wig and my stocking cap and all those things. And now I'm standing in front of this, like a drive-through window where there's a magistrate inside of it. And she read my case number and tell me, what I've been charged with. And actually, there had been a warrant issued for my arrest. Check this out. One warrant had been issued for my arrest 5 years prior. The other one 7 years prior. And they told me they didn't know where I lived. They knew exactly where I lived, but they kept sending me they would send me, every time they kept sending me the court summons, to come to court, and then I would go. So yeah, you knew where I lived, but I'm gonna tell you why I got the bench warrants. That's what they call bench warrants. Because I got to court, but I got to court late. I lived in a little town called East Spencer, and the court was always in Charlotte. Well, I didn't have a car then, so I had to try to finagle me a ride every time they wanted me to come to court. So, but I went to court every time, but it's just I got there late, and they don't care about that. So they issued a bench warrant for me, for my arrest. But now, I'll tell you about that part. I'm going to say that part for the end. That's going to be the good part. Anyway, so now I'm standing in front of this magistrate. I know I keep getting off track, but I didn't know so many of y'all were interested. So I'm standing in front of the magistrate, and I'm just waiting on her to stop talking so I can tell my story. In my eyes, my eyes say I got a story. And lady, this ain't true. I paid. They said I owed them $17,000. I didn't have a 1 nor a 7. But I didn't owe this money either, because I had been paying. right, so I said, ma'am, she told me basically to shut up. And I was like, ooh, okay, I'm sorry, sun in my eyes. So she told me basically to shut up. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna shut up. Because I can't win. All right, so then she just read me my charges and told me about my warrants, and then next thing you know, the detention officer came and took me away. I'm like, I didn't get to say nothing. He was very strict and stern, walk on this line. They got a line on the pavement, in the hallway, and you got to walk on the line, and you can't talk. Y'all know I talk a lot. I was about to just explode on the inside because I just need y'all to hear my story, and then maybe y'all will let me out of here. This is a place for hardened criminals. Well, I have learned that is not a place for hardened criminals. You're not guilty until you are proven guilty, which also is a major part of my story here in a little bit. All right, so now that's when they take me to another jail cell with the other two girls. And I told you that one was leaning on my shoulder. She was a heroin addict, and the other one was a thief and ratchet. If you're gonna be a thief, be a thief. Don't be a ratchet thief. She was ratchet. All right, so anyway, so now we got to go to this other little room where we had to take off our clothes. Okay, and I told you old girl to have no drawers on. Okay, everybody don't wear drawers. I like drawers, but I realized everybody don't wear drawers. All right, so now we in there and we get checked out and everything. So now they give you a plastic bin. They gave me a plastic bin, a little thin little wool-like blanket, because jail is cold and they keep it cold so they can kill the germs and all that BS you bring in there with you. And they gave me, let me see, and I got a washcloth and I got a little piece of towel. All right, so now when we go in, and I got a sheet. So when we going in the line, we walking in the line, I'm not saying anything because I'm soaking it all in. I'm trying to see what's going to happen and, the process. All right, so the little short heroin addict, she might have been about, I wish I knew her name so I could stop calling her the heroin addict. I'm going to just call her Shorty. So Shorty was about 4 foot, maybe 4'10", maybe 4'9". She looked more, she was little, okay? All right, so she say, I can tell you scared. I said, I'm not scared. She said, you scared. She said, I'm here every weekend. And I won't tell the ones that scared. She said, I tell you what. Because she whispering to me. Because they take us to another little room. We got to sit there for a moment until the jailer come back. She said, I know you're scared. She said, you don't even look like the jail type. I said, no, I'm not. I said, but, I mean, is there really a type? Things happen and life can change at a moment's notice. She said, true. She said, but I'm going to help you get through this. She said, I'm going to be your buddy for the weekend. When she said, I'm going to be your buddy for the weekend, I'm thinking, she want my butt. I seen how I go in prison movies. She want my butt. I'm going to tell you, in my mind, jail and prison was the same thing. There was no difference. Jail and prison was the same thing. But I learned while I was in there doing that hard time for 3 days that jail and prison are, in fact, two different things. I heard you get a lot more freedom in jail. In prison, heard you get a lot more freedom. All right, so she say, you do everything that I do. She say, and also, don't talk until they talk to you. She said, mind your business, because these girls are in here angry and they all want to fight. She said, if you fight, you're going to get more time. I said, okay. She said, so just kind of keep quiet. She said, if you got any questions, if I'm near you, then you come and talk to me. I said, okay, I can do that. She said, also, I want your juice. I said, my juice? She said, you're going to get juice in breakfast and lunch and, I said, oh, okay. She said, so I want your juice. I said, but I like juice. She said, you don't drink this juice. I said, why not? She said, this juice will give you yeast infection. I said, what? She said, right. She said, something in the juice that'll give you a yeast infection. I said, but why you want my juice? She said, I'm here every weekend. I'm used to it. It don't bother me no more. I said, I don't want no yeast infection. I'm trying to go home like I came in here, clean as a whistle. All right, so we get in there and we have to stand on another line. And we're in a thing called a pod. A pod is 2 levels, downstairs and upstairs. And the jail cell doors, they're not like I thought they were going to be on Andy Griffin. It's a door, but it's a slit in the door of glass. And you got to come to the door and you can look out. Look at everybody. You can look out. And it's a big old pod on the inside, on the middle. And then the, I don't know what they call them. I'm just a jailer. But the jailer, she's sitting out in the middle of the pod, but at the top of the pod, to my where I'm showing you right now, my left. So in the middle, up to the top. Behind her are the showers. And it's like 4 or 5 showers. I'm telling you, ain't no privacy in them showers. Yeah, you got a little thin curtain. and you just got, I think we had 7 minutes to take a shower. 7. We don't take a shower. So, and then you in the middle of the pod at the top taking a shower. Anyway, so when we get in there, she said, let's see, I got arrested. She said, good evening, ladies. I didn't say anything. Because my girl didn't say nothing, so I was looking at her. She didn't say nothing, so I didn't say nothing. She said, some of you, I can see some of you here know the drill. She said, so do what you need to do, and I'm going to stand here and watch you. She said, so there won't be any problems. If you have any questions, you ask me. I'm thinking, I ain't asking you nothing, because I know you ready to pepper spray me and Billy Club me down to the ground. I'm trying to get out of here. I just need to survive these 3 days. So then, while I'm looking around, because I get sidetracked, I'm looking around, and my girl and the other girl, they done took out their blankets, they done unfolded them, and they shaking them. And I'm looking around, I'm still holding my bin. And then I hear her say, my friend girl, Shorty, say, didn't I tell you to do what I do? I threw that bin down the ground, and I got my blanket. I started shaking it. I was shaking it hard, too, trying to shake it. And then she took out her sheet, and she opened up her sheet. I opened up my sheet. Everything she did, I was doing. So then the jailer, being a smart butt, gonna say, oh, you look like you know what you're doing. So you must have been here a few times. I said, no, ma'am, I've never been here. She said, well, you got it down pretty good. I'm thinking, because Shorty told me to do what she say do. So anyway, that's that part. I'll give y'all another part later on today, if I can today. If not, it'll definitely be tomorrow, because it gets worse.